Welcome to Fading Suns Thursday. I am Jay, I'm your GM. You are watching the Ulysses International channel, and we are here to play Fading Suns with the crew of the Oh Boii. As you may recognize, Becca, who plays Jexa, she ran a game for us last week. Thank you for that. Maddie is back as Gemma, the she's so excited. And introducing the newest member of the stream, whose character will be revealed as we move through this. Alice, thank you for joining us. Is there anything you would like to you want to introduce yourself to the stream? Anything you want to share? Do you have any Fading Suns experience? Kind of what's your RPG? Give us the introduction as to who you are.
I'm Alice. I've been playing RPGs for about 4 years, mostly D&D 5th edition, little bit of Pathfinder, completely new to Fading Suns. So this is going to be fun. It's going to take a while for me to break myself of the habit of thinking that high rolls are good rolls.
That's right.
Um, so yeah, I'm just excited to be here and excited to see where this takes me.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, and we're just going to get into it. If you have been following along, then you know that this crew has been together for a while. The crew of the Oh Boii has been moving towards many goals, but one has become the most important goal, and that is the beach episode. Which is, I'm happy to announce, tonight's episode is the one at the beach. After the group had made it to Byzantium Secundus, they got involved in this plot to uncover who is behind these genetically altered humans, as well as the machinations of an antinomist cult on Byzantium Secundus. And during all of this, Gemma, she of the Battle Buns, was informed of something called Operation Ravenwatch and decided to leave her crewmates to fend with an Inquisitor on their own, and went off to another planet to fight the symbiotes with a squad of the Battle Order. So we had that storyline that we wrapped up. We then did the Annals of Antioch and the Curse of the Fallen, which ended with one survivor, that being Perpetua. And if you guys have followed along at the end of that arc, thanks to the effort of a many-limbed Vorox, Gemma and Gregor and the Oh Boii arrived in the nick of time to save Perpetua from this collapsing Tor that was the heart of Ashkagael's power. And so, back on Byzantium Secundus, Jexa, masquerading as Gemma for some reason, and Calypso and Gregor and Inquisitor Flint and his retinue stopped the antinomist cult, stopped the infusion of mammon into a golden statue, and managed to bring, to at least stymie the Order of the Shadow Dragon a bit. This antinomist cult that is somehow tied to St. Beatrice, which is kind of the main goal, kind of discovering who Beatrice is, what she has done, and why the church has suppressed her for so long. But as we start off this adventure, or this arc, we're actually going to start this in a different way. We're gonna handle tonight's episode with a number of different scenes, kind of wrapping up old storylines, starting the new storylines, and kind of setting a trajectory for what is to come. And so we're going to start this. So Jexa and Gemma, as you are, as the Oh Boii, Calypso has head to Columbus Station to kind of pick up Perpetua, see how she is recovering from her wounds after you showed up at the ship and kind of commandeered it to go pick up this Pathfinder who was on the forgotten planet of Phlegethon. You run this game long enough, and all of these terms just kind of roll off of your tongue. But when you returned, you discovered Nigel and Alexa waiting for you, and they hand you a note. And Nigel's like, I don't know where she went. She's gone. And Alexa is just, she's got like her eyes are red rimmed. It's very clear she's been crying. Nigel now has a very shiny mechanical leg that he is able to kind of rest on thanks to the Sanctuary Aeon and all of Alexa's contacts. But Alexa hands the letter to you, Gemma, and it is from Alestra. But the strange thing is it seems to have been typed out. It is not handwritten in any way, shape, or form. And it says, Gemma, you are the only one I can trust with this, as we both have a connection to the faith. I must go. My family obligations have now exceeded my ability to ignore, and I fear that if I was with you any longer, well, that none of us would be safe. Continue in the search for St. Beatrice. I wish you well. If I can contact you again, in whatever form I may, know that I will. And until then, my thoughts and prayers are with you and Calypso and Jexa. P.S. Don't look for Octavius. I took him with me. Gregor comes plodding down the ramp. Why does everyone look so sad? Oh no, someone die?
No, I think Alestra left.
Oh. Oh. We're sad about this, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Alestra was a friend, so we are sad.
I mean, listen, Captain says she could sail with us, so. But she always had that, I look like a member of the church, but I want to put a dagger in your back. That's kind of the vibe I got. And she was always sizing me up how to.
I never got that impression, but you could be right.
At this point, an air car alights near you, and this very tall, like nearly 3 meter tall, very pale, skinned, obviously genetically modified human, almost like a clown car or a walking stick coming out of the car. First the legs, and then the arms, and I'm here to speak to Jexa and Calypso.
I'm Jexa. Calypso's not here.
Excellent. This car will take you to the private resort that has been set aside for you by Inquisitor Flint.
Oh. Where's the do we get to come back? Is there another car?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Good. You would be surprised how often there's not like a return trip, and we get stuck. Like it happens all the time.
This is a noble resort. The return trip is included.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I gotta be a noble finally?
I don't think Calypso would like it if I go to this beach without her, so I'll stick around with the Oh Boii and we'll catch up.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
I feel like I should come and escort you, Jexa. Go in Calypso's place, just to make sure it's above board.
You are welcome as well, as is all under Calypso's command. The order
Nigel.
was non-specific.
Hey, Alexa. Do you and Nigel want to join us?
Yes, we should probably keep Nigel away from... Let's just say that there are certain people who are now looking for us because Nigel just finds loose items that are lying about and tends to pocket them.
Okay.
It's really not my fault. Like, if they wanted their things to be theirs, they should have, watched them
them up.
better. Yes, thank you.
Right.
I've been trying to say that to her for the last several months.
Well, that's why I have a lock on my box.
Right. I'm saying that you might want to get a sturdier lock, but it's fine. For now, we can discuss
What do you
that
have
later.
of mine, Nigel?
No, it's fine. Let's get in this car. I'm so
Nigel.
sorry.
Are you gonna join? So you and Alexa?
Yeah, they're coming with you.
Awesome. All right. Hey, Gemma. Yeah, come. This will be fun. Oh, sir.
Yes.
What's your name?
He kind of takes a step back. I am Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. It's lovely to meet you.
It is not unpleasant to make your acquaintance.
Thank you. I don't have a bathing suit. Where do I get one?
There are fabricators on site.
Oh, okay, good. Sweet. We don't even have to pack, Gemma. Let's do this.
All right. As the air car starts to take off, everything fades to black, and across the bottom of the screen, we see Lemminkainen. 3 weeks ago. Lucia Van Dorm sits on the balcony that overlooks the sea before, on the outside of the Van Dorm estates, which, for those of you who are keeping track, would be Gregor's stepmother. And she is currently going through several hard light reports, manifests, when there is a knock at the door. And Lucia looks to the servants and says, "Exit. This is a private meeting." And they all go scurrying out. And as the door opens, Alice, so who is your character and what do they look like?
So my character is Valeria Jaziri. Anyone who likes her calls her Val. She is a tall human, about 5'10", with very short, curly, dark hair, kind of light brown skin, and dark blue eyes. Very intense, kind of a commanding presence immediately, wearing a long brown kind of duster coat and very tall black boots. Just kind of walks in, very relaxed.
Lucia gets up. "Val, it is so good to see you again. How have you been?"
Well, I've been trying to stay out of trouble. Always good to see you.
Hopefully not too well.
Well, depends who's asking.
I have a favor to ask you, and you may like it, you may not. Greggy has taken up with a pirate crew of sorts, and the captain of this crew she's spectacular. You would love her. I see a lot of my younger self in her, but they travel around with they go around doing odd jobs. They have this desire to do good. My husband got caught up in some sort of religious art thing. I'm not entirely sure. If you speak with Gemma, I'm sure she can tell you all about it. But I worry about Greggy. He's so hell-bent to not become his father that he has run away from the life we have built here. I would feel better if I had someone on the inside. I know you and Gregor always got along well. Would you be willing? I have passage booked on a luxury ship from here to Byzantium Secundus. I can tell you where the Oh Boii, that's the name of their ship, is berthed. And I would just feel so much better if I had someone that I knew and trusted on the inside of their ship.
Of course, of course. And I'm honored that you thought of me. I'd absolutely love to see Gregor again.
I'm sure.
It's been a while.
I figured that out of everyone I could send, at least the two of you have a rapport. He might... Now, when you meet him, maybe don't say that I sent him or sent
Of
you.
course.
You know how he feels about me, and I would so like to be invited to the wedding.
Of course, of course. I'll make sure that it's just an old friend crossing his path again, nothing else. Just an
Excellent.
old friend saying hi.
Well, she taps a couple of buttons on the desk, and your hollow feed kind of pops up with that there's 1,000 Firebirds in your account, and a private code that will leave it. Basically, it's a dead drop. It'll leave a message, and then she can log in. So you can't contact her directly, but you can get word to her.
Wonderful.
If you need anything, you know our contacts are throughout the Imperium, but this is more of a personal favor and less of a business one.
Of course.
Excellent. Now I have another meeting, but if you wouldn't mind staying here, I think it could be insightful to you.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
All right. So the air car goes streaking across the crystal waters of Byzantium Secundus, and Ezekiel is currently pointing out, basically everything. And that there is a statue of Saint Bartholomew, who, I don't know, did something worthy of being a statue and a saint. And over there is some sort of fish, a very large one. He's not a good tour guide, but he definitely... There is this small island, and you can see there are several large, on the side that you're heading to, several large houses that are built into the sides of cliffs with stairwells, that drop down to the beach. There seems to be a small town in the center of the island. Several large ports, and you can see several places for air cars to land kind of in the center. But he is taking you towards a house that looks like it would comfortably hold, 40 or 50 people, and has a private sort of air car port. This has been requisitioned by Inquisitor Flint for your respite for the week. He was quite clear. Also, I'm to tell you that Captain Mars has been given new transponder codes for the Oh Boii in case... Which one of you is Jexa again? Nigel raises his hand and then quickly puts it down as Alexa grabs it. In case you wish to go after your father.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Him.
The air car kind of lands, and you can see that there are several people kind of coming out to meet you. They've got little trolleys in case you've brought anything. The Inquisitor made it clear that there is a stipend of 1,300 Firebirds for use in the market on the island. Anything you need, food or clothing or kitschy souvenir-wise, You should be able to buy with that amount.
Speaking of souvenirs, are there engineer shops or say antiquity weapons shops?
On an island
First.
for nobles to come and get away from Byzantium Secundus life?
Yes.
Of course there are. Duels happen all the time here.
Okay, that's great. I mean, not the duels part.
Speaking of... And he reaches into his breast pocket and he pulls out a small foil envelope. A young man accosted me on the way to the air car. And do you snatch it out?
Oh, yeah. Open it real fast.
Please disembark. I will return in 1 week.
Oh my gosh, you're the best. Thank you so much. Tell Inquisitor Flint, thank you. And I grab Gemma and I like drag her out of the ship. Come on, Alexa.
Alexa helps what's-his-face out of the car. And as you kind of walk into this whole... I mean, the balcony is beautiful. The sun is setting. The whole ocean is lit up. You can hear the sounds of revelers coming up from the beach. You can see that the servants have kind of laid out like an evening meal that seems to be several small roasted birds and just piled with vegetables. And there's some sort of dessert that is on fire. But there is... well, do you open the letter, Jexa?
Oh, yeah.
All right. It says, "Dearest Gemma."
Right, me. Okay, yeah.
With a J, not with a
Yes.
a G.
With a G.
As the chat
Yes.
pointed out, it is legally distinct, and any Reeve would be able to make that hold up in a court of law.
Yeah. Naturally.
I survived my duel, and the night of, well, whatever that happens. I heard you made it out, but, and I saw that you made it out. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but, I also happen to know that, thanks to my family's intelligence agency, that your overprotective, homicidal ship captain is off-world. So I am taking my convalescence, three bungalows down from you, and I left you something on the table. If you want to meet on the beach, bring it with you.
Yeah. Okay, I go running inside looking for...
There is a
that thing
bottle of Verulian brandy kind of sitting on the table.
I pick it up, and I squeal a little, and I go, "What room is mine?"
I'm
Anyone
gonna
you
ask to see the bottle.
what?
Nope, it's
What's
mine.
that?
Anyone you
It's
want.
mine.
Alexa kind of leans over to you, Gemma. I think young Jexa has found a bow.
Who's trying to get her drunk?
So, back to 2 weeks ago. Lucia kind of... And this screen comes up, and you can tell from where it's placed. It's been placed specifically so that you can see it from the other side, but the camera's not picking you up. And there is a very handsome older gentleman with long hair and then, like, curling mustaches. And Lucia says, "Francesco, always good to see you." "Lucia, it is always a pleasure. I have done as you asked. House Azat's piece has been removed from the board. Good. No link back to myself or any suspicions that might raise certain people's attention? No, none. I took her in the middle of a rather explosive situation. I am sure that no one will come looking for her. But you know how these things work, yes? As soon as you take a piece off the board, the other side knows that that space is valuable. Oh, I'm well aware. I'm taking additional precautions. I would expect no less, my lady. If you have any need of the services of House Hawkwood's intelligence, please, our door is always open. Oh, I know. Partially because I helped open those doors for you. Of course. You should know House Azat does not take kindly to people interfering in the lives of their people, including, perhaps especially, in the lives of the daughters of the spy masters. I know. As I said, and she kind of looks through the screen right at you. I have pieces that I'm putting into place of my own. The guy disappears from the screen. I should have warned you before I asked you to take this, and if you want to back out, I will understand. House Azat is as a spy on Greggy's fiance's ship for months. And well, she seemed trustworthy. The only Hazat I trust is one that is either so deep in my pockets that they can't see the light of day, or dead. But they may be coming after. I may be sending you into a place that is far more of a den of vipers than the respite you so deserve.
Oh, what's life without a little excitement, at least?
Val, I do like you. I'm going to be sad to see you go. There's no one else in the gang that can replace you, but I heard about your run-in, and perhaps it's best for you to be off-world for a while.
It would seem so.
Well, when you get to Byzantium Secundus, find Gregor. I'm sure he will be happy to see you, and do what you can. They are... She gives you like little dossiers on each of them. And so basically, she's pegged Jexa as sort of a very earnest and very innocent, and either needs to be protected or hardened. She hasn't spent enough time around her. Jexa has two moms from Lucia's kind of view of things. One is Calypso. Now, you've heard of Calypso Mars. She's notorious. She's a pirate. Just hands down, she is a wanted pirate, which probably explains why Lucia kind of likes her so much. But it's Lucia's actual comment is Gemma, the stuffy one, is the shoulder angel on Jexa's right shoulder, which makes Calypso the little devil on her left. If you need to play them against each other, Jexa is probably the fulcrum you should use.
Hopefully it won't come to that.
And you know Gregor. He's...
Well, he's Gregor.
He's Gregor. All right, your ship leaves in 45 minutes, and we'll get you there soon. If you need anything, please, Val, reach out. But these are good people. They're our kind of people. Maybe not Gemma, but for a member of the church, she seems more than willing
Reasonable?
yes, more than willing to bend. I really wish... That is neither here nor there. She's on a path that the Lord Van Dorn believes is very important to the state of the things to come. His family has guarded this villa and the secrets here, and Gemma's path took her here. If you can aid her, I would count it as a favor that I would owe you as well.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
All right, so yeah, who left you this brandy? That's good brandy there. Can I have a little bit? Just a nip. A snootful.
Later. Not
You
now.
gotta open it and let it breathe.
No, because this isn't for you. Yes.
Nigel kind of like gets huffy. Well, let's just see how good the locks on your door are, won't we? Thump click as he kind of storms out of the. No, seriously. Like Alexa just like waves Nigel off. Who left you the bottle?
His name is Samuel. Hawkwood.
A noble.
Yes, I met him at a party. We were both in the coat check and got talking, and he's very nice. He's very nice, Gemma.
Gemma, she says he's very nice.
Calypso didn't like him, if that helps. Because he's
Why
noble?
didn't Calypso like him?
Because he's a noble.
She's liked nobles before.
Really? Which ones? The ones she can scam?
That doesn't mean she doesn't like them for the moment. She got along with Alestra. Alestra was a noble.
She was, but she was more a noble who was in the church.
Too soon.
So she didn't like him because he was a noble. Why
That's
were
what
you in
she
the
told me. You can ask her. I mean, you don't need to call her right now.
I mean, I can. I'm happy to call her and find out what the story is.
You don't need to.
Why were you in the coat check?
It was a whole thing. They infiltrated this noble's. You would have been proud. You would have been proud of Jexa. She was instrumental in stopping an anti-nomus cult. Although we don't, they never found.
Sorry, this way.
Yes. Anyway.
So Finman, the guy who was making all the fish people.
Mm-hmm.
He was hired by Marcon. Well, Inquisitor Flint was also interested in Marcon, and we found out he was having a party, and so we went to investigate and slip in, and I didn't go as anything fancy, but I went with Calypso and Flint, and Gregor. No, not as Gregor, or like Gregor, but like Calypso and Flint as a wait staff. And they sent me to the coat check. And that's where I spent my evening and where I met Samuel and where we talked.
So you spent the whole evening in the coat check, but helped to bring down an anti-nomus cult.
Obviously, I helped Calypso when she needed it. But she didn't like Samuel when she met him.
She met him in the coat check.
Yes.
Can I insight check her?
I mean, do you not trust Jexa?
I'm just okay. As we've established, Gemma is not a woman of high wits.
Give me an intuition and empathy roll.
Oh, which one? Intuition and empathy roll?
Empathy. So you said she's not a woman of high wits, but strong of arm and brave of spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And battle of buns.
Nope.
Yep, she seems on the up and up.
Okay.
How can you not trust that face?
I trust that face. I just don't understand how it happened and how it worked.
You'll probably have to talk with Calypso.
Know why Calypso got so mad.
She got mad because you stayed in the coat check?
No, she got mad because I was talking to the boy. And then she chased him off because he's going to have a duel with somebody, and he won, and now he's here on this island and has invited me down to visit him sometime.
Was it maybe perhaps that you were speaking to a boy instead of doing what you were supposed to be doing in the coat check?
I was doing what I did my job.
Listen,
Okay.
we're at a villa. Maybe we should go find our rooms and unpack and have this discussion.
Okay. Yes. I'm going to go to my room now.
Okay.
I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
All
Okay.
right. So, back at the Oh Boii, Gregor's talking with Calypso. Yeah, no, Flint came through, Captain, and we're going over there now. I've left the coordinates in the ship, and just when you get back, are you bringing Perpetua with you? Okay, not sure yet. No, that's fine. She seems like she's on the up and up, and I mean, if this Beatrice thing is something we're running down, then more people who've seen her just proves that Gemma's not crazy. So I feel like she's somebody we can trust. All right, no, I'll head over there and make sure that Jexa is chaperoned, and I don't know what that clicking noise is. It's probably a bad connection, and he hangs up. And so Val, the ship is open as you approach, and you can hear that clicking noise. You can hear Gregor kind of talking as you kind of come up the Oh Boii ship, and you can see there's Gregor. Just a little older, a little more scarred. Definitely looks like whoever he's hooked up with in the crew has they've been in some scrapes. Gregor has I have a scar chart that I'm keeping for him, more than he had the last time you saw him, but you can see he's fiddling with a small black box that he keeps opening and closing and opening and closing. And he notices, he hears something out of the corner of his eyes, and he turns and his hand's on his knife, and then he's like, Val?
It's just me, Gregor. Please
Val,
don't knife me.
What are you doing here?
Just go hug him.
Yeah, he just gives you a big bear hug. I haven't seen you, and what are you doing here? How did you find this ship?
Oh, I was in the neighborhood, and you all caused a little bit of a ruckus around. Sometimes you're not that difficult to find.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, this last job we did, I had this hippo mask on, and it was filled with hors d'oeuvres. They're little pieces of food that are really fancy, but really tasty.
I can see you haven't changed that much then.
No, so are you here for a while then? Are you looking for a job?
I actually am. I meant to ask you if you had any job openings. I'm looking to get out and about for a while. Things are a little dicey right now.
Oh, listen, I'll talk with the captain, but I'm sure we can find a spot for you on the Oh Boii. We're always looking for more people. And Captain, she takes in strays.
I'm in luck then.
We're actually, I was actually heading out. We're part of the bonus from doing this last job is we've got a bit of a villa for the week. There were non-specific as to how many people we could bring. Do you want to come join us?
Well, if there's any kind of a party or any kind of fanciness, consider me in. You know me.
Val, it is good to have you here. It's good to see an old friendly face. You see this weird thing that kind of walks by. It looks like a cross between a dog and an octopus, and it's got a butter knife and a lit cigar, and then like what looks like a children's toy cigar, and it just kind of looks at you. And then,
Gregor.
Yeah, it's not mine.
What? What?
That one's name's Frank, and he's a good mate.
Why does he have a cigar? Why does he have a butter knife?
Well, the butter knife I can explain.
Mm-hmm.
The toy cigar is a little bit harder to, and I think he stole one of mine. But come on, I'll introduce you to everyone. It's good to see you.
It's been too long.
All right. As Jexa goes to her room and Gemma and Alexa, the other air car lands, and Gregor steps out with this other person. Gemma, this is my mate Val back from Lemongate, and she, we used to get into a lot of trouble back in the day,
Just a little bit.
but she's looking for work, and I thought that the captain, we've got all the room, and seeing as, well, Alestra is, you know.
Right. What kind of work do you do, Val? Are you a healer?
I'm not. Well, not exactly a healer. Generally, more the opposite of a healer. Generally, I'm the one who needs a healer, but I also can talk my way in and out of a few scraps.
Val is really good with knives and a gun, but like she could get us in anywhere. Like we belong there. Like,
Well, I can certainly try.
all right. Jexa, wait. This is Val.
Okay. I would have wanted to hide my brandy somewhere in my room before I came out.
Okay, you've hid your brandy.
Gregor.
You have hid your secret brandy.
Okay. Oh, hi. I'm Jexa.
Hi, lovely to meet you. I'm Val, an old
Lovely
friend
to
of
meet you.
Draeger's.
We go back.
Well, how far back? Were you guys like friends when you were kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up, kind of grew up adjacent.
Yeah, remember that gang that we ran into on Lemmonkainen that I used to be?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where I met Val.
Uh-huh.
Like, don't get me wrong, I do like Nigel, but he's sort of the loud, grumpy thief.
Yes.
Val here is an expert.
Well, I don't know about expert, but I can get in places.
Great addition to the crew. I know Captain will have no issues with this old friend from my past showing up. And
Gregor?
yeah, Jexa.
You and I just want you to think of Calypso's response anytime you've shown any interest in another woman.
Well, no.
No. More of a brother. No,
Right,
no,
right,
no,
like,
no,
like
no.
sister.
I mean, no offense, Gregor.
No,
but
no,
you're
take
like
it,
a
Val.
big
No
brother.
offense to you. No.
Okay, that's
No.
the reaction that Calypso needs to see first.
Wait, why?
Otherwise, she's going to take her bouquet of knives.
No,
and
it's
re-gift it
okay.
to
I
you.
thought this one through. If the captain gets a little irritated at me, I'll just bring up the fact that, you know, we don't know what happened to that little guy Samuel, and maybe we should go end him. And then I'll just
Sure.
redirect her right at that bloke that you,
That is an interesting idea that we should put a pin in and not
two
revisit
things.
anytime soon. Nope, I
Two
think
things.
we are good.
First,
No.
Gregor, have you explained to Val the nature of what we are doing?
yeah, I told her
Pursuing
that we were a bunch of cutthroats and thieves and not great people, yourself excluded. Generally, we work for the side of light because they need people who get their hands dirty and they pay well. Case in point.
Did you throw in some of the highlights like Sheol's Gate or Limbus?
Oh man, there was this big jump gate that we went through, and then there was some sticky oozy people, and then me and Calypso stole a something from a place that is not a church and was definitely not related to the church. It totally was.
Gregor, I know about the
Absolutely
boutique.
not.
And then
I know that you
there's been a lot of shootouts, and we blew up a noble's mansion. Yeah, I hit the highlights. What am I missing?
Sounds like my kind of group, if I'm being honest.
See?
The whole sanctification, the whole returning light from darkness, that whole side of it. Are you forgetting that part?
Right. So.
And the consequences at Sheol's Gate.
Yeah, I don't know what that word means, but
Consequences? Never heard of them.
so Val. Now, we do have someone else who may be joining the crew who has seen the same things that Gemma has, which means Gemma's not hallucinating. But there is...
somebody thought Gemma was hallucinating?
It doesn't matter who thought Gemma might be hallucinating about seeing this saint, but my dad was into some really kind of churchy business, and Gemma's into some churchy business, and basically Captain says that we got to help out, and so was that the highlights?
I mean, we'll work on that. Second, why are you and Calypso going to beat up this Samuel kid?
No reason. I'm sure.
Right. So
No.
there we were in the middle of this party, Val. It was a great party with a little hors d'oeuvres. And Jexa is supposed to be watching this coat check thing, which she was
I'm going to
until this little like spindly noble twerp named Samuel told Jexa about apparently his prowess with the sword and how he was good at sticking it into other people. And Calypso got really upset at that point and went after him. And then, as far as she told me, Jexa clubbed him in the back of the head because she was pretending to be you. It was a very confusing night for me. And then a statue came alive and burned a bunch of things, and we got out.
Okay, couple of follow-up questions. Are we talking about a real sword, or are we talking about like a hamper sword?
What's a hamper? No, like a real sword. Like he's a duelist.
Okay. So, I'm tired. It's been a long couple weeks. I just imagine Gemma has like dark circles down to here, and looks pretty worn. So it's been a rough few days. So Jexa didn't stay in the coat room and wasn't integral to the mission. She snuck off with a boy she just met.
No, she was integral to the mission.
Okay. But she left the coat room, even though she told me she didn't leave the coat room. Taking that as a yes.
Look, some flaming dessert.
Jexa's not there anymore. Jexa has scampered.
Noted. Noted. I think Gemma's going to just go out if there's a back porch.
Yeah, there's that huge patio.
Sit under an awning and just meditate.
All right, hey, do me a favor while you're out there. Give me a perception plus observe roll. So that one's Gemma.
Never just the beat.
She's all right. She's good in a fight, and she keeps talking about this Lady of Light, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but it's home and their family. I'm glad that you're here.
Glad to be here. Seems like a good change of pace. They seem like good people.
So why'd you get off Lemminkainen? Like, what brought you out into the larger Imperium?
Just getting a little restless. You know me, I like to cause a little bit of a stir, and I may have gotten involved in some things, but it should be fine. It's probably all right.
I know that feeling. I got involved in some things, and when I met up with these guys, Really, it was a coin toss whether Captain was gonna shoot me or take me along, and here we are.
You seem very fond of your captain.
Oh, I am. She's
Ah. Mm-hmm.
she's and he just kind of blushes. It hits his eyebrows and then continues back. Yeah, she's yeah.
I think I understand what's going on here.
We exclusively hamper.
I'm happy for you.
No, thanks, Val. He kind of looks around and he pulls out a little box. The Inquisitor gave this to me to give to her, and I'm just trying to find a good time for it, because I sort of figure I was going to do it anyway, but if the Inquisitor said I should, then maybe this will get me some brownie points with the Pan Creator and make up for that time that... Well, you were there for a couple of those times that I need to make up for.
Just a couple of them, but
Listen, I'm really good at putting holes in
you learn from
other
your
people.
mistakes.
Right, I try.
Good thing about you, Gregor. You can count on you not to make the same mistake twice.
That's
or
right.
3 times.
Three times is
Three
really
times.
just the limit. You gotta make sure that it wasn't a mistake, and then double test it, and then not do it again.
Exactly.
Gemma's good people. I have to chaperone her from time to time, because Captain says I have to. I'll introduce you to Alexa and Nigel. Nigel will probably try to steal something from you, so you just put a knife in him and put an end to that. Not like a permanent end to that, but just kind of a temporary end to that. Gemma will come around.
I'm sure. I'd be cautious too if somebody just randomly showed up and...
Yeah, but you're Val.
Well, see, you know that. You know I'm Val.
I know
but
you're Val.
Other people don't really know that yet.
I'll go talk to Jexa and explain that you're Val. And he goes,
All right.
Gemma, what'd you get?
Success with an 8.
Okay, how many are you spending? So again, in Fading Suns, when you make your roll, what if you're successful, the number you roll is the amount of victory points you have to spend on the roll.
If you spend none, Maddie, you don't see anything.
That's right.
And we stay blissfully unaware at the beach. I'll spend 4.
You'll spend 4? Alright, you definitely see what seems to be some shooting stars kind of in the southern, just like off the left side of the patio. But they don't seem to burn up so much as they kind of streak across the upper horizon. You know that sometimes, like, some of the barbarian ships don't really know kind of entry and exit protocol for the planet, so maybe come in at a weird angle and leave those streamers in the sky. Jexa, you're in your room, and you hear a...
I was about to say, I'm preparing to sneak out of my room when I hear a...
Yep, hey, Jexa, it's me.
I shoved the brandy back.
You in there?
Yes, Gregor, I'm in here. I will sit down on the edge of the bed.
He comes in. You all right?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Well, I mean, I'm great. I got Val showed up. She's a friend. Grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You were there,
Right.
But
Yeah.
listen, I know that things didn't go down with Sword Boy kind of the way you wanted, and while I
No.
didn't have anything to do with that, and I would have stopped you had I been there, I am sort of sorry it went down the way that it did.
Thank you.
You know Calypso she's got feelings for you, and so does Jabba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not real good at this whole thing, so can we just assume that we have communicated and you're okay?
Yes, and Gregor, you are doing a great job with communicating.
Well, yeah, no. No one's ever said that about me. But, like, do you really think Captain's gonna be mad that I brought Val?
I I think as long as right away she's aware that you and Val
Right,
are
no,
have
no.
because because we know, talk about Sword Boy, like how quickly she gets angry.
Yeah, I've been wildly aware of that for basically the entire time that I've known her.
Right. And so just to be you don't want her to get wildly angry because she assumes there's something between you and Val when you introduce Val as a very old best friend. You you might want to introduce her as an old friend, but maybe not talk about how good of a friend you are.
But she's one of my best friends.
I understand that. And I think Calypso will eventually understand that.
So I should hide her knives. Just for a bit. Right.
Yeah, I think if you hide the knives, introduce Val to Calypso, you and Val can explain that you're like brother and sister.
Yeah, as what it is.
Yeah, you might want to lead with that. Lead with brother and sister instead of really good old friend who I've been with forever.
My strictly platonic friend.
Sibling.
Very old friend.
Sister-like friend.
There's no chance you could be the one who... Could you write that down for me?
I'll write it down for you.
Great. Yeah, I'm really good with the machines and not so good with the people.
Right.
And I don't want to screw this thing up with the captain because it feels like it's going well. And
it's going really well.
Well, and
she really likes you.
Well, I mean, yeah, and she really likes you too, just not in the same way.
No. She loves you.
Well, yeah, she loves you too.
No, Gregor, it's gonna be okay, buddy.
Right. Now you're good talk. You're not gonna do anything.
I will write this down for you.
And
when do you want it?
Like, preferably at least an hour before Captain gets here.
Okay.
So I can practice in a mirror. Now, you're not going to do anything stupid like sneak out and go back to the mainland and try to find that boy.
Oh, no, I'm not going to go back to the mainland.
Good. That seems like would be a really bad idea.
Right, and we're here on this island, and it's such a pretty island. I don't think I'm going to leave.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to go into town tomorrow and do some...
shopping?
I mean, I was going to get food, and probably blind
I
drunk.
was
but
going
yeah,
to go
shopping.
and look at some of the antiquities and black market weapons stalls.
Yeah, see, this is why I like you. You think like an engineer.
Right?
How do we put it together and how do we blow it up?
Right? I mean, because I'm like, okay, I have my motorbike and I have my womp gun, and if I could find maybe something really cool to put on Gemma's armor. Did you see her cool new armor?
Yeah, she scares me. No, I'm not gonna lie.
I know she does.
She just seems to get bigger, like every time I see her, just bigger.
Yeah. I think she did get bigger.
All right, well, good job at the mansion.
Thanks. Good job to you too. You did good.
All right. And then he gets up and walks away. So you two are kind of in the same room. Would you be talking to each other, or is this sort of a separate corners kind of situation?
Gemma and Val?
Yeah, Gemma and Val.
Oh, did she step outside?
No, but it's that room, and then it's the open balcony. So there's just like
Oh, okay.
large doors that have been drawn back.
Got it. I'm just out there zoning out to the sound of the waves and noticing stuff streaking through the sky. So if Val wishes to talk, she can. But I'm just taking some much needed mental rest.
I know Val would probably just take a while walking around the area, taking a look at things. If there are other people here, just kind of clocking who they are, just taking in the layout of stuff, seeing if there's anything interesting to see, anything that catches her attention.
All right, well, let's go with your first roll of Val ever. So you're going to give me a perception plus observe roll.
Okay.
So when you add the two of those together, that is your target number or less on a d20 that you want to roll.
Okay, first roll of the character. What does it happen? What does it mean when I exactly meet the number?
That is a critical success. So 3 things happen. Well done. You have set the tone. Those of you who watched my Tuesday night game should not be surprised at all by this. This week has been players roll really well. So first,
I needed a 13 and I got it.
So there are 3 things that happen when you roll a critical success. First of all, you get all of those points as victory points. So you have 13 victory points in your bank right now.
Okay.
You don't need to spend any of them to overcome the resistance of the action. So if you were shooting at somebody, you wouldn't. If you were, say, shooting at Gemma, you would not need to spend 8 of those just to have the damage pierce her armor. So you automatically get kind of the best success you can, and you should mark down that you have a weird point. Now, a weird point does. Generally, it is made to make a roll favorable, where you're going to roll 2d20. You spend it before the roll. You roll 2d20, pick the result you want. You can also cash it out for 3 victory points if you need them for something, because victory points in this game, not only are they used to kind of overcome the resistance of the action or increase the effect. So if you were shooting at Gemma, you can spend 2 victory points to increase your damage by 1. So every 2, so you could have spent 12 of those 13 and done +6 damage.
Okay.
The other thing you can do is if you have stuff in your bank, before you make your next roll, you could say, I'm going to put 5 points into this perception plus observe roll and make my skill an 18 for this roll. A 20 is always a complication. It is not always a failure, but it is always sort of the worst possible outcome for what has just happened. I tend to like to make it interesting and not just your weapon explodes in your hand sort of a thing. All right, so
excellent.
As you are kind of observing everything, one, Gemma definitely looks like that armor in some places is too new, and in other places it has very recent, like, grievous damage to it. So you're a thief. You grew up kind of, in one of these gangs on Lemminkainen. You know the person when you walk into the room who is on the edge. That's Gemma right now. Like, as Gemma said, she needs she just came out of a battle zone and is now on the beach. Like, her string is like, it won't snap because she's Gemma, but Alexa just seems to be glad to be here. You can see, some people who are members of the Earth Orthodox Church, you may see a prayer bead, you may see the jump gate cross. Alestra has bought from everything she owns came from the Sanctuary Aeon gift shop or website. Like, everything is marked with the iconography of the Sanctuary Aeon Church. She radiates just this desire to help people. Like, the staff on site are constantly like, no, this is our job. You just stay here and write. No, it's okay. I love doing dishes. I love doing dishes. Nigel's that guy from the gang who is really good at his job and will most likely get you all killed because he's so cocky that he thinks his specific skill set applies to sort of every situation. Obviously, it didn't get him out of everything because he is a newly grafted cybernetic leg that looks like it's only recently healed. But with a critical success, the other three things you notice are, one, there are surveillance, like this place is wired for security. Two, while not all of the members of the staff are acting this way, every so often you do get the feeling that one or two of the staff is keeping an eye on Gemma specifically. They seem to be ignoring you, but they're paying attention to Nigel, Alexa, and Gemma. And you hear this little tinking noise coming from a like just out of the room that you're in. You know that out of this room is the hall that has like the sleeping quarters, and it sounds like there's something like clicking against the glass close to here.
Can I casually head in that direction? Maybe like pick up a drink or food or something and just casually see if I can get a better look at what that clinking noise is?
Sure. As you grab your drink and sort of head out that way, I mean, this is one of the noble villas that is kind of being, Airbnb'd out when they're not being used. The Inquisition has basically said, yes, we will commandeer this villa from you. Thank you. And so the room, like when you kind of head out, each of the doors are open on either side. There are 6 in this hallway, and then you can see there's a grand staircase that kind of heads down. All of the doors are open, save for the middle one on the left side, which is the one that Jexa took. So when you look, you can see it's facing the beach. You can see the ocean, and as it's like the sun has become kind of this glowing ember, right? Maybe the last eighth of it is kind of sitting on the horizon. And you can see on the balcony, there's like 6 small stones. And as you look, there's another stone that comes arcing up and clinks against the window and then bounces onto the balcony.
Can I step out onto the balcony and see who's throwing stones at the window?
You definitely can. As you look down the beach, you can see that this balcony has like this one, and then the next two, they have stairs that kind of come down to a lower balcony, about 40 feet down. There seems to be like a fire pit there. There's like chairs, and then they head down to the beach. And down on the beach, there is a young man. His arm is kind of in a sling. He is wearing what I can only describe as noble chic beach clothing. And he has what, like, he's wearing some sort of head visor that has like a glowing hard light display over his left eye, and he has what looks to be a automated slingshot because he can't pull back with his left arm. And so you can see he kind of puts the rock in, hits a button, and it kind of goes back, and then he sees you and he stops.
Hello there. Can I help you?
Is the Lady Gemma in?
Yes, I believe she's on the balcony.
She is? Is she all right?
I believe so, yes.
I'm sorry to put you in an awkward situation. Is by any chance Captain Mars about?
I don't believe so.
Excellent. May I come up?
Sure, would you like me to show you where Gemma is?
Yes, I would love that. And he kind of drops the he drops the slingshot and starts running up the stairs. And when he gets to the top, you can see that his arm and shoulder are heavily bandaged, as if he's recently been wounded. And he I'm Samuel Hawkwood. I am a good friend of Gemma's. Do you know if she got my gift?
I'm not sure. I just got here a while ago. I can certainly take you to her though. I'm Val. It's nice to meet you.
He holds. The pleasure is all mine. I cannot thank you enough. You do not know how difficult it was to orchestrate all of this, but to know that. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much. I would love to speak with the Lady Gemma.
Of course, and I will direct him to where Gemma, with a G, is sitting resting, because Val doesn't know anything about Gemma and Jexa.
Well, Jexa, it'll be, we'll go into town tomorrow, and it'll be fun, I promise. It'll be okay. And you can hang out with Val, and she's a ton of fun.
Okay, cool. I'll be right out.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go eat some more, and look, if you need someone to split that brandy with,
What brandy?
Nigel's got a big mouth.
What did Nigel say?
That you got brandy.
Okay, and then I go storming out of the room, yelling, Nigel!
Okay, so, Val, as you bring Samuel into this room, you can see Gemma's. She's still sitting where she's at, and as you guys kind of cross the room, you cross the room, and he's kind of looking around.
Gemma, I think there's someone here to see you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I knew anybody here. And I'll stand up.
You tower over this guy, by the way.
I'm Gemma, and you are?
Samuel Hawkwood. A pleasure to meet you, lady. Is there another Gemma who's here? And at this point, you hear Nigel from behind you. So you come out of the middle room. Gregor kind of goes out and heads back to the food, and Nigel steps out. What? Wait, are you ready to share that brandy? Gregor, I told you she had brandy.
No, I told you it's not for you, okay? It's for me. It was given to me.
Listen.
For me.
For someone who's always like, you can't take things from people. You're off like me, mine.
Yes.
This is why we steal things. Because everyone in the universe is like, it's all mine. Where would we be if everyone thought like that?
Gemma!
Gemma is definitely mom on duty tonight. Hashtag mom on duty.
Yeah?
All right, so at this point, Gregor comes in. Hi, who's this guy? Wait, you're the little swordsman. You can hear that, Jexa.
Oh, you're Samuel Hawkwood.
That's. He looks to you, Val. This is not the Gemma that I was. The doors come bursting open. Gemma.
Yes.
Are you named after your mother?
No.
Jexa,
I should leave
Jexa,
now.
why is he calling you my name?
Gregor just gets a plate full of food and stands next to Val.
I steal some of his food.
Yeah, he's totally holding the plate out. Wait, what?
Why is he calling you Gemma?
That's her name, lady. The Lady Gemma.
Um,
So, okay, I got this. Gemma, you know how I told you we were, Samuel, so, Samuel, I might not have told you the whole truth at the party. I had snuck into the party with Calypso, who you met, and I wasn't sure I should use my own name, so I made up a name.
He kind of
that
looks to
sounded like
Gemma,
yours.
and then back.
Gemma.
It wasn't a deep pull, but okay.
I mean, no. I didn't want it to be a deep pull. My name is Jexa.
You're saying you used my name to deceive people?
To save myself, to protect myself.
So wait, hold on. I'm a little tired. Let me make sure I got this. You used my name in a lie to deceive people.
Oh, Jexa, how could you?
Party you were sneaking into, so that then if you got in trouble, it would be my name that was in trouble?
Okay, I didn't think about you being in trouble.
Lady Gemma, I can only say that from my brief encounter with the psychotic Captain Mars, I can only imagine what trauma Jexa has been through, and a minor deception using your name just proves how scared she was and how much she trusts you.
So now, Jexa, I'm going to need you to explain, because I feel like I have not gotten the whole story. I was told you were in the coat check and that was it.
Yeah,
and then I hear that Calypso's involved in psychotic?
Samuel and I met in the coat check. That's where we were. That's where we talked.
It is true. Okay. That is where we met.
How is Calypso going psychotic, apoplectic fit into this?
She found us talking, and
in the coat room?
She found us talking in a room.
In the observatory. We had gone up there to look at the stars.
I see. Oh, okay. So, would you like to change your story, Jexa?
Not really.
And this is where I will like get on her level, and I will look her in the eye and
this
say,
"This is like every 2 or 3 weeks we go through something like this."
You know how much I value honesty.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And telling the truth.
Yes.
Can you tell me that you have been completely honest with me about what is going on with this character, this gentleman?
I don't think I need to be.
So now we're lying among friends?
No.
Lady,
but
I do not know.
I don't think I owe you an explanation of everything that happens in my life. I don't think I have to defend who I like to hang out with to you.
I'm not asking you to defend who you're hanging out with. I don't have a problem with this gentleman. I just want to know what happened, because apparently something happened between you and Calypso that I'm not aware of. And you seem to think it's bad enough to have omitted pieces of the story from me. And that is more concerning because you are choosing to not tell me what's going on, tell me about people in your life, tell me about strangers who know my name but
So are
don't
you
know
gonna
me.
tell me where you were? The last
I was on a mission.
Yeah.
I can only
And?
say, lady, that my intentions with your
Friend.
thank you, are completely honorable. I have no intentions of doing either her or you any dishonesty or dishonorable attitude or nature in any way, shape, or form. I'm quite honorable.
The one who sent the brandy?
She did get my gift.
Okay.
Oh. That's why you don't want to share it.
Jexa, you are able to make your own decisions. If you think you are making them in the best interest of yourself and the crew that you're a responsible party member of. I don't like that you used my name, and
Well,
I don't
won't.
like that you feel like you need to keep things from me. But if that's how you want to play this, then that's how we'll play this. And she'll turn and walk back in the house.
Yeah, maybe we should leave these two alone. But I'm kind of
Yeah,
points at Steven.
probably.
All right. On the balcony. I'm so sorry that this, Alice is just kind of like, welcome to the deep end of the pool. Like this was like the culmination of a bunch of things.
I'm loving it.
Okay, good. So, not Gemma.
Jexa.
That's Gemma.
Yes.
She your bodyguard or?
I mean, friend is accurate.
She acts more like your mother.
Yeah. Yeah, she and Calypso both do, and neither one of them is.
Well, I did not mean to cause.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's anytime I meet somebody, one of them chases them off. So
Well,
I just expected that to happen again, and so yes, life.
listen,
And
no
I'm sorry,
offense to your rather large, genetically altered mother, but if your psychotic captain didn't scare me away, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Well, that's good.
Maybe a walk on the beach?
That would be nice.
Okay. Inside the room. All right. How are we going to get rid of this boy?
Well, are you sure we want to? I mean, he doesn't seem to be the most offensive chap I've ever met.
I mean, it's Gemma is the boy we gotta get rid of, or do we just?
Jexa has made her decision.
Do we spy?
And Gregor, you are free to do as you wish.
Right, I'm free to do
Jexa
as
has
I
made
wish.
it
Yep.
clear that her loyalties lie with someone she just met. So we will let it play out, and if that's the route she wishes to go, I'm not going to interfere.
At this point, there is a large series of chimes that kind of ring out throughout the house, and two of the servants says, someone is at the door. We'll be right back. Right. Well, maybe we can say you, Val. You could spy on her and chaperone this boy, and then, chaperone this boy if the chaperoning is needed.
Well, as much as I'd love to help you, Gregor, I'm kind of worried about getting on bad terms with your crew, so I might need to be a neutral party in this one.
I mean, I tried to be a neutral party, but Captain says that she says a lot of things. At this point, one of the people comes back in and says, I'm very sorry, but there are people here who are looking for you. Do you know anyone who calls themselves the Pilgrims?
No.
Do any of us know that?
Nope, none of you have heard this at all before. Should I?
No.
I can head to the front door.
You will head to the front door.
I'll go with Gemma.
All right, Gregor is definitely like glaring. And sorry, hold on. I've got to find my note. Because of course. All right. As you get there are a large group of people standing there in kind of cinderous robes, and there are 7 of them, kind of standing around in a circle as you kind of approach. They're waiting in the vestibule. The one in front sort of bows. Lady Gemma, it is good to see you. We have come as soon as we were able to. We have been journeying for many years to find you. Is this Jexa?
No. Jexa is not here right now.
That is... And they all kind of look to each other, and something sort of passes between them. That is unfortunate. But we bring a message to you. It was very difficult to find you and took a very long time. Will you hear it from us?
She'll agree, but she's twitching.
Why are you shaking your head, Becca? All right, they sort of spread out around, and all of the monks, or all of the pilgrims...
He immediately takes a step back.
Okay, they don't reach for any weapons. They just kind of move.
But she's trigger happy, so she's...
That's true. You did just come back from and Val, as you watch the middle one, they all sort of lift up their hands about a half second behind the guy in the lead, and as he pulls his hood back, it reveals a face that at first you think it might be wearing a skin tight black mask, but as you watch, the black kind of pulls away and kind of drains into this person's eye sockets, revealing a rather youthful looking man. And Bessarion says to Gemma, "We have come a long way to tell you about what has gone on Limbus since you have left. I bring news of the chapel." And that is where we will pause for tonight, as we have kind of... that is where we will pause for tonight. Gemma walking on the beach with her new bow, the Sarians standing in the vestibule of this thing. Gregor's old pal Val, having joined the crew. Gemma back fresh from the craziness of Operation Ravenwatch. Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Beach
It was
episode.
awesome.
We're gonna be here for a couple more sessions. I promise not to go away too quickly. But chat, as always, you have been on just a blast to watch and listen to. Thank you all for tuning in. Tune in. So we are taking Tuesday off. We'll be running the glorious adventures of Shelly and the rest of the B team next Tuesday because we're taking a night off, and then next Thursday we'll be back with Sandy Interludes and Dark Portents Part 2, the second part of this arc, as we sort of set up the next big storyline for the crew of the Oh Boii. I am JM the GM. Thank you all for watching. You are watching on Ulisses International channel. Check out all the other great shows. Again, Torg Eternity, just a ton of stuff. Go and check it out. Like, the one shot is just a great place to jump into Torg if you've never done anything. Every one of the players that we had on that one shot were just hysterical. It was a lot of fun. Check out all of the backlog of shows that we've run. Ulisses just has a ton of great material on Fading Suns and Torg and Myth and all of their games. The Dark Eye, they do the Ulisses World Show where they kind of explain, just share news from around all of the different projects Ulisses has going on. You can check out Becca on Monday nights on the Iconic Production channel, where she is running Call of Cthulhu now, which is fantastic. And then on our channel on Fridays, you can check out Josh's game, It Gets Worse, which is a 5th edition game that lives up to its name. So, yeah. Until next week, I will see all of you. We'll have Calypso with us next week. I will see all of you in a week. I will see you guys in a week. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming, and have a good one.